So let's move on to another heart healthy topic. That would be the 25th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sanic.
Oh yeah.
So he's been around for a while. What was the last Sonic game?
Yeah, I'd say about 25 years.
25 years, yeah. Yeah.
What's that? Last Sonic game I played? The original Sonic, because I actually just don't play Sonic ever. I played the original one.
The first one?
Yeah,
or Sonic 2?
Nope, it was
Sonic
the original
3?
one. I bought a Sega Genesis because it was extremely cheap and bought the original Sonic games. Only played the first one. Had some fun with it, got pretty far into it. I wasn't going for 100% completion or anything, but it really gave me a good idea for what Sonic was, just for the fact that I was such a Nintendo hardcore nerd that anything, with my little prepubescent mind that doesn't know how to try new things, was just like Sonic, Sega, evil, Nintendo. I'm a Tyler. I've never really played much Sonic, but eventually I gave him a try, and I wish I would have played it as a child, because I would have ate that game up. I mean, it's basically really good platforming combined with really good mini game-ish mechanics and speed. I mean, that's really the thing that Mario never really, or Mario games in general never really focused on, was the fact that you could run in order to fly in Mario 3 and stuff like that, and you get coins for points, so there's a point system, but Sonic really took it to the speed portion, and that's really what made it competitive and that was its angle, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it did. For that time, I think Sonic was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sonic went into 3D.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? As a kid, I really did like the 3D games. I played the hell out of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle was the first game I ever had on my GameCube.
Oh, okay.
And I love that game. Especially the Chow Garden. They have this little garden where you raise these, things called Chow.
Yeah, like a mini-game type thing?
Yeah, it's like a sub-game to break away from the main gameplay, like a little break.
Uh-huh.
Which I really liked. And to be honest, that's the only reason I'll play.
Just for the Chow Garden?
It's just for the Chow Garden. I'll go back and play it.
That's fun. Some simulation action.
I think it's a good game for kids,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are very nostalgic. Yeah. In the article right here, they're at a Sonic convention. He's there's a lot of nostalgia here. So I can see that. But I would really say I'm still a Sonic fan.
Just a regular old Sonic fan, not any diehard or...
Yeah, these guys dressed up in costumes here at this convention. That's a little much. A little much for me.
Yeah, these people look like they're really believing their roles. That's what's... I mean, I'm all for, what's that called? Cosplaying. But these people seem pretty into it. I feel like they put hours and hours and hours into these costumes and wear them on more than convention occasions. And I'm not alright with that, Just
yeah. But whatever,
Yeah, to each their own. Everyone's got those little weird niche things they do. Making podcasts,
Yeah.
Jake.
Like those faggots that make podcasts.
Oh yeah, the fucking idiots. Think they're so cool.
Fucking stupid. Okay. So, basically, yeah, he's had a good run.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, they've had so...
Yeah, let's get into that some more.
It has not been successful.
Yeah, I
in
really
my opinion.
Just from a, outside perspective, because I obviously didn't play the game, I liked the one that they released on the Xbox, where they kind of went back to the roots and... Oh, I forget what it was called, though. Let's look that up real quick. Either way, one that kind of harkened back to the original Sonic games. There's been a lot of changes in the gameplay over the years, especially with the Sonic, or the 3D titles, and, all the spin-offs that ensued from it. Some of them were good. We played that Sonic battle game before. That was pretty good. But I
Which
mean,
one was that?
It was on, the GameCube Gems...
Sonic the Fighters.
Yeah,
arcade
Fighters,
fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Also, it's 420.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah, we didn't note the time and date when we started this podcast.
No, I guess we didn't.
It is August 7th, 2016. We started it at what's 4:21 minus 21 minutes? 4 o'clock on the dot.
4 o'clock on the dot, man.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. All right, so what's that Sonic? Let's look up Sonic games. Let's get some examples, some cold hard facts.
Did you
Sonic
know, like,
Mania? What is this?
Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage both had like a rap album in the 80s?
No, I did not.
It is.
I don't know if I needed to know that. But
It's
now
like,
I know.
don't do drugs and stay in school.
Oh man, so it's kid
Like-
friendly too.
It's so weird. Okay, alright, back on topic.
If you would call us Generations. Was that 2011?
So Sonic Generations,
That's the one I liked. Basically,
that was, I heard a lot of good things about
That
that.
was
I did
5
not
years
play
ago?
it, but,
yeah, that just shows you how behind I am on Sonic related news. There are a lot of games here though.
well, they
Sonic
had,
Mania, Sonic Boom, Fire and Ice, Sonic Runners. That was just games made in, or Sonic Mania didn't come out yet, but these are
Alright.
just games made in the past 3 years. Like,
in my opinion, Sonic Boom was an atrocity. In my opinion.
they have
But
multiple.
I thought that was not.
What is it,
good.
like a Spyro type game? I don't understand. What's the angle?
It's like, I don't know. It's like just weird. They redesigned all the characters, and yeah, they just look. I don't know where it's going. I don't have any.
You don't have enough knowledge
I don't know.
to predict
Yeah.
the future of Sonic.
I'm not gonna. I don't know what they should do with Sonic, but whatever they did with Sonic Boom was not okay. Looks like there's like Project 2017, so it's still got a pretty good. People are still trying to make games for him, so
Isn't it
I
all
hope
them
they do
though?
'em good.
Sega. Isn't that like all they have left, really? Let's see what Sega has released in the near past. Are they keeping any of the other franchises open? Do you know anything about that? I mean, I'm looking it up right now, so I'll be
they
able
shut
to.
down their main office in San Francisco. I know that Sega did that, so a lot of people thought they were going under, stopping making games or whatever, but it doesn't seem to be that way.
Yeah,
But
obviously they're not. They're out of the console game. Thankfully.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I honestly, if they're selling their offices in San Francisco, they're obviously like the ship's sinking. So unless
they
they
own
can,
Virtua Fighter. I forgot about that.
unless they can climb out of this hole, I don't know.
Yeah, they'd really need something. Yeah, so they still release Virtua Fighter games.
They do, really.
I mean, last one that was created was 2014. I mean, they're mobile games, so they're obviously not, type of games, but
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Phantasy Star? When was the last time they did one of those?
Ooh.
Phantasy Star was big for a while.
Then they had like Phantasy Star Online. I know that was huge.
Uh-huh.
Or is that a different Phantasy Star, or is it the
Phantasy
same?
Star Generation... Okay, these are just remakes, so they're kind of just porting at this point. And that's kind of how I see the company in general. They're really, making very low-budget, high nostalgia games and really just banking on that to try to make some extra dough, Which is nice, keeping the franchises alive, but, at some point you gotta let stuff die. And
You
I
kind
think
of do.
that's
yeah.
what they need to do. That's what Sega needs to do. They need to stop
They do.
dragging the dead hedgehog around and pretending and putting him on puppet strings, because
No, seriously, they should make like a new. They need like a new mascot. They need.
I don't know if they should do that. That's a pretty bold move.
Nintendo has had Mario for how long, but they've never made a really terrible Mario game. Because that's like their main brand, but
Mario
Sega
is
was too
missing.
reckless. Sega was too reckless with Sonic. He had a lot of flops. There was that one where he was with the Black Knight. It was like Sonic and the Black Knight. Then there was like Sonic Unleashed where he turns into a werewolf. It's like, okay, like...
They were trying to push some boundaries. The thing is that in order to make a really good game, you need a lot of time and a lot of money. And they've always just been trying to climb out of a hole. So they never, They could take the time, obviously, and stop releasing all this shovelware and just make one good Sonic game. But eventually they're going to run out of money, and what happens then, Tom? You go under. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. They're constantly trying to breathe. They're kind of trying to stop drowning, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion. You know, my opinion's not fact. That's why they call it opinion.
I saw something, this really annoying YouTuber guy. God, I could not, I had to mute him. It was really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But he was reviewing a fan-made game in Unreal Engine 4 called Sonic Adventure 3. Like, this guy was, like, trying to revamp the Sonic Adventure series.
Uh-huh.
It looked okay. I liked what I saw. It looked pretty cool.
You're talking, this is a fan-made game, right?
This is a fan-made game.
Back on? Okay.
Sonic wasn't talking, which I think is a pretty good move, because... yeah. I just kind of... When you take, like, a silent protagonist and give him a voice, you gotta be really careful about how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in Legend of Zelda, if they gave Link a voice, they would have to be really... had him talk and stuff. Like, you gotta be... It's sensitive. And I did not like Sonic's voice.
Yeah, I don't really think there's a way to win with any of that. Like, if you make Link's voice too manly, they're just gonna have people, like, making fun of him for that. Right. Just, like, spin off, like, oh, you know, Link might be, like, a cross-dresser or something. I don't know. And then if it goes too, like, girly and kiddie, then, you know, they catch flack for that too. And, like, even in the middle ground, there's going to be people that are going to be unhappy no matter what. So I really like keeping a silent protagonist for these games that should be focused on gameplay, not story. Zelda was never...
Right.
I mean, the story was there. It's kind of the thing that drove the gameplay. But when it came down to it, Zelda was a game about puzzles and adventuring, and story's kind of in the backseat for that.
Right.
That's kind of the thing that tied everything together really well, because it's what, you know, made it different along with its unique puzzle gameplay. And that's the thing about Sonic. How much story can you add to him? He's saving woodland creatures. That was like the original plot point.
Right.
Where do you get a story out of that? And that's something they've been trying, and something that, in my opinion, they've been failing with.
Well, I mean, here's the other thing, too. Like, yeah, look at, like, Zelda and Mario. Mm-hmm. The same things happen. It's all about the gameplay.
Oh, yeah, I was just comparing an adventure game to a platformer game. So, yeah, back to Mario. I think I like that in juxtaposition.
But it's like, the heck with the story. You're just there to play through the levels, the fun gameplay.
Yeah.
And with Sonic, you gotta leave the story to games like Halo and, like, Mass Effect. Stories that, like... you play for the story, kind of. Like, yes,
I wouldn't
playing
put
the
Halo
game is
in
fun.
there as much, but definitely Mass Effect. Mass Effect, definitely. Halo, probably not as much. Halo's a lot of people that just play for multiplayer. But, like, Mass Effect... what's another really good one? I think... Is Resident Evil story-driven enough? I feel like that one was... Like, they really...
Resident Evil was story-driven. There wasn't... In the first one, there was a story, but the voice acting was so terrible, it was hard to determine what was going on. Even still, it's hard to determine what's going on, because there's just so much happening.
They love just grabbing stuff out of a hat. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's crazy. But, back to my point.
Back to your point, before we took a
Sonic
turn for the worst.
A silent protagonist. The story was whatever. You had, like, the same story pretty much each time. Get the emeralds. Maybe not in the first one that you know of, but these emeralds. Mm-hmm. And then he can go supersonic, whatever. Okay, cool. And then now they're trying, like, with the Sonic Adventure series, they added a voice to Sonic. They added this whole, like, story going on. It's like, okay, you know, I would have rather everyone just not have a voice and you just go through whatever. Like, you know? I don't know.
I think this harkens back to your topic that you brought up a little earlier, with the fact that at this point it is just a kid's game. It's kind of hard to make an adult platformer, and they're not going for it anymore. Like, a kid would love a talking Sonic, and I wouldn't, and that's the difference.
Okay, yeah. Yes. Yeah. You're right there.
All right, so I think we beat Sonic to death enough.
We're beating a dead horse, just
Yeah.
like his own company is doing to him.
Yeah. Let's get off that bandwagon.